going driving.
Baby, you can drive my car.
It's the driver show. Drive it far. Drive it straight.
Is this it? Is this the Billy song?
No. Billy, you don't know Billy, Don't Be a Hero? Oh, man, you got to play it.
I know Billy's Got a Gun by Def Leppard.
It was instead of going off to war, man. Don't be a hero.
This is a driver's seat, but the Billy song is coming up.
All right.
Cool.
Hop, guess what happened in 1895?
You were born.
Oh, that one hurt.
Actually, I turned
That arrow skimmed my head as it went by me and got
I'm
Billy.
sorry. Did I break our arrow of peace?
God.
Let me repair it,
I
my
can't
friend.
come back and be your wife now.
I think the tip of my ear is bleeding.
Well,
It
up
scraped me.
until the year I was born, 1895, you could putt with a pool cue.
That is amazing to
Up
me.
until 1895, you could putt with a pool cue. In 1895, the USGA banned the use of the pool cue.
Because the greens back then had to be shaggy as heck. I couldn't see how putting with a pool cue would be any better.
Shaggy as heck.
Wouldn't they be?
Probably pretty slow, man. Yeah, they were probably mowed by sheep.
So would you really have an advantage for a pool cue being directly behind the ball other than a
I don't know
putter?
how many times have your kids crawled down in the grass and tried to hit it with a grip.
They've tried, not very well. And those are short greens.
I got to get my pull cue out of the bag. I didn't know it was banned. I've got that really
You know what
nice
I think I
inlaid
gotta
pull
do?
cue that you bought me for Christmas. In
Tin
97.
Cup sank a putt with a
Yes.
pool cue or something, didn't he?
Yeah.
I got to find, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see if they have any old pool cues at Goodwill. And then for the teenage class, I'm going to pull out the pool cues for first tee.
And Francis Brown, remember Francis?
Yeah.
He's the
Is
guy.
that
He's the guy. who stole-
Francis Wee May Brown or Francis?
This is Francis L. Brown.
Oh, L.
They
Brown.
called him Two Balls.
Yeah.
So in 1637, from Banff, Scotland, he was caught stealing 2 golf balls.
2 balls he stole?
2 balls.
Okay.
He was found guilty and hanged.
He was hung for stealing a couple balls?
Hanged. Can't say hung. Yeah, 2 balls. Golf balls were pretty important back then, man. They probably, but
Well, they took everything pretty seriously.
they
back
really
then, man.
did,
They really-
man.
yeah.
Dude. So if you see 2
Tad
balls
of an
laying out,
overreaction.
What was his name
so I
again?
get balls taken out of my golf bag. It's Francis Brown, man, was tried in the courts of Banff, Scotland for stealing 2 golf balls. He was found guilty and hanged in 1637. This
Dad,
That
what-
kind of altered. Can you imagine back in the day? I'd just sit in my room all day and not want to touch anything.
Dad, what happened to
cometh
our
here.
what happened to our great grandpa Brown
Francis?
again? Didn't he steal a couple balls
He was hanged, son.
for stealing some balls?
The moral of that is don't be taking balls, man. See, I get balls.
The
I turn
mo-
around, have a bucket of balls for the kids down there ready to go. I come back, and someone's taking it to the other side of the range and hitting it.
The moral of the story is
Don't play with others' balls.
2 balls in hand
It's with hanging in the bush.
is worth a hanging in the bush.
So, do you have patience?
Disturbing.
So, do you think you're patient, Mike? Are you a patient guy?
I feel like I'm pretty patient. I mean, I have my moments. you
Okay.
know?
And so Hop, imagine you're playing golf in 1963.
Mm-hmm.
I was born then, Hop. Thank you. I was 3 years old then. So at the Phoenix Open,
So you're 68.
on the 72nd hole.
Mhm.
No, I'm.
You thought you were born
I'm
in
sorry, Billy.
1895.
I didn't mean to infer.
That's all right.
anything.
I was 3 years old when this tournament was taking place.
I was born in 1964.
All right, 1960. I was,
69.
so you have it licked.
I do. Many
So,
times.
So listen to some.
What's on my golf ball,
I'm trying to tell you,
69?
I
My
wanna-
God.
I
I
wanna-
play with number 69 golf
I would
balls.
like to know. I took 2 of them. I want to talk about how patient you would be. So we're playing in the Phoenix Open.
Okay. You and I.
You and I. We're on the 18th green of the 72nd hole
Yes.
on 60. I hit my putt up. And
Where do we stand in the match?
You are tied. You are tied for the lead.
Wow.
I am not. I am like
Okay.
in 4th place. So
Where
you're
am I in all this?
You're caddying
For Uncle Billy.
for Francis Brown.
For Mr. Brown.
So listen, man. So I put up. This is a true story. Besides, the names have been changed to protect the guilty.
Yes.
And my ball stays on the lip. It's just hanging on the lip.
and I'm in the lead.
You've
so
had
I'm,
that happen. So you have a 4-footer, and you're tied for the lead.
Oh, tied for the lead.
I
now.
roll up first. Mine stops on the lead.
Okay.
So I said, I think it's still moving. So I'm waiting.
Okay.
And you're waiting for me to putt out or tap in. or mark it, right? Because
Yeah.
you want to finish. You have a 4-footer that's going to tie the lead.
How long do I wait for?
I wait. I think it's still moving, so I'm waiting, and I'm waiting.
It's not dead.
It's sleeping.
It's sleeping.
Look, it moved.
It moved.
7 minutes.
I let you sit there for 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
I let you sit there for
You
7
had
minutes.
no choice because the rules allowed me at that point to wait because I claimed it's moving. So I waited 7 minutes, and then I've realized it's never going to move. So
Hey, I'm a patient guy.
Are you that patient?
No. Not if I'm tied for the lead in the tournament. I got a 4-footer.
I tapped in after 7 minutes. Gary Player, who was you in this case, he was not very pleased either.
And I made the putt.
He missed the 4-foot
What?
putt. He was so upset, and it would have forced a playoff with Arnold Palmer. The next year, Rule 16-2 revised that you have 10 seconds to putt in, wait for a putt to fall, or you must play if it's sitting on the lip.
Boy, they went-
7 minutes, dude. I could have been in the locker room, half showered, man. You know how long 7 minutes is? Really?
It's a long time.
It's way long. The
In,
people in
in,
the fairway, behind, I think it was the last group.
in today's world, that's a long time.
Dude.
Today's world, if give it to me
so
now.
this is how rules changed. The stymie rule back in 1951. That's when Hop. You say no, you were born in 64. The stymie rule. What year? That's 51. But you can Hop used to be able. If Mike's ball was in the putting in a way, he was like, I'm 3 feet from the hole, and his ball gets in the way of mine. He had the right to leave it there. He didn't have to mark it and move it out of the way. So I had to go
That's brutal.
over it or around it. That rule changed in 1951. That was brutal.
Did they allow pool cues at that time?
No, that was
No, the pool cues were gone.
1895.
See, that would have worked if you had the pool
You
cue.
could do pop-ups. Yeah.
You could do the pop-up.
Yeah.
Pop over.
Chevy was good at popping up with his putter up over things.
I remember seeing guys do that.
And Chevy Chase did it and
Yeah.
Caddyshack. So, anyways, I just thought I'd share a few interesting facts. The 7-minute one, though,
That's a long
I would be
time.
mad. I'd be saying something,
I know guys that can
right?
play.
And Gary's not the most pleasant guy. We've had him on the show.
Yeah.
He's not pleasant in the first place. 7 minutes?
I know guys that could play a golf hole in 7 minutes.
Oh, absolutely. That's a long time, man.
It is. It's a really long time. That's amazing to me.
The next year, that rule changed quick. So,
Well, hey, I found
let's hear the history of the driver.
this is oh yeah, we do the history.
I love when you do the history of something. We need that soft music.
Let's see here.
History of the driver.
There it is.
Where drivers were once small-headed clubs made from wood, they are now 460cc monsters. Made from some of the most advanced metals in the world, modern drivers are capable of sending the ball more than 300 yards in the air.
You from Louisiana?
I think so. I think I changed my voice. A distance that was considered impossible in the past. Of course, modern drivers are rather expensive due to materials and engineering required to bring them to life, but most golfers are glad to pay the price, even if it is $500 to outdrive their playing partners and three-putt every green. The development of this new age of golf heads has even had more of an effect on golf courses around the world, making those courses under 7,000 yards in length completely obsolete. But where did it all start?
Damn drivers.
Well, the metal revolution started to take shape in 1979 when TaylorMade introduced the first steel head onto the market. The
Pittsburgh
driver
Persimmon.
was known as the Pittsburgh Persimmon.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I have one, man. I love
Yeah.
that club.
TaylorMade used steel rather than persimmon, and it developed into one of the most strongest lines throughout the 1980s. There were advantages to playing golf with metal. The first was the weight savings that was achieved. Swinging a hollow metal head wood meant overall weight of the club could be lower, which would instantly increase swing speed. Secondly, this allowed heads to become bigger. And the weight savings therefore allowed golfers to have larger sweet spots with their metal drivers. Driver.
Nice driver.
That's
You're
a nice
driver, Jim?
hat you got
Jim,
there.
that's a nice driver. Where did you get that driver?
These metal drivers continued to grow and grow, enabling golfers to hit the ball harder and farther than ever before.
Mike, that's a nice driver.
Thank you. Seeing no end in sight to the development of these longer metal drivers, the USGA stepped in and established limits to these heads. the USGA set limits to 460 cc's for the volume of the club head and 48 inches for overall club length. Therefore, the manufacturers responded with titanium.
Mike, is that a titanium driver?
It is. Mizuno actually introduced the world's first titanium driver, the Tai 110, in 1990. They were powerful, expensive, and they were made to market in Japan.
Wow, Mike, you hit that driver far.
However, like most other early titanium drivers, these heads were actually cast in the U.S. and only affordable to the Japanese. Then in 1992, McGregor unveiled the first American-designed titanium driver, the T920.
Wow, that's a nice one.
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
That's a nice driver, Mike.
Eventually, McGregor's groundbreaking 920 sold only a modest 2,500 units.
Not very much, Mike.
No, then guess who came along?
Callaway, Mike.
1995. They sold 250,000 of those guys in just 12 months.
Woohoo!
The metal driver was off and running. Bye-bye, Persimmon.
Golly, that's a lot of drivers, Mike.
And that's part one. Because I can't keep going like this. My throat's a hurt.
Well done, Mike. Those are nice drivers.
Thank you.
I'm trying to drive you to the stove.
Part one of the history of the driver. Well done.
Thank you.
That was really good. So that's I actually learned a lot.
I actually learned a lot there, too.
So
I was having flashbacks.
I played with all of those clubs.
I figured. I think I did for the most part, too.
So I remember when the Pittsburgh Persimmon came. It's really small. Smaller than most hybrids now. Have you seen that little driver?
Oh, my gosh.
It came out.
Crazy
It's small. It was smaller than the Persimmon drivers that we were used to hitting. But it was metal. So you're looking down at this thing, and now I look at it, it's like, I can't hit that. But when it came out, tink! Man, it was awesome, man. I love that little driver. I was pounding that thing.
I seriously wonder, as I'm trying to do a voice, which I don't do very well.
I thought that was good. I didn't know you were from the South, though.
That's what I'm wondering, because I was going for something different,
Yeah,
and then I started thinking,
you became, all of a sudden, you're from Atlanta.
maybe in a past life, you know how you ever wonder, like the past life? I'm like, I think I was from the South.
That was pretty natural.
Was
there,
it all right?
Oh, yeah. So, yeah, you were like sitting in the back of us at Augusta.
Driving Miss Daisy.
That's a nice visor. Where did you get that hat, Mike?
Maybe it's from 2016. We went to the. Where'd you get that hat?
Look at that visor, Mike.
That's a nice visor. Look at the bill on that hat.
That's the biggest bill I ever saw on a hat.
That's the biggest bill I've ever saw. We're going to take our last break. You guys stay with us. Golf Talk Radio with Mike and Billy. Thanks for listening.
Hi, I'm Jeff